Hello.
What up?
How you doing?
Life, it's just happening. about to check if my mic is actually my mic. Okay, cool. Because I never checked before we go live.
You sound
so
pretty
why
good
would...
to me.
Okay, we're good on that. Just gonna readjust that. All right, feeling
It's
better.
only a matter of moments until we all experience some Malcolm destruction. He's very busy right now.
I don't know. He was busy before we got on. I could hear him the whole time we were setting up, but I haven't heard him yet.
I was just mostly worried that you would see him.
Oh, that part of it. Why?
You saw him, then he'd be too close to my computer, and that would be bad.
I did not see him, and he did not try to destroy your computer, so don't worry.
That's a good thing. See, does my video look dark?
Looks dark? I don't think so.
No? Does anybody else see what I see? Oh, wait, now it doesn't. Oh,
yeah, that's you then.
I feel like an idiot. You know what it was? My mouse was hovering over my frame. Use your mouse.
I see.
No one else will be able to see this, but if you use your mouse and hover over a frame, it darkens it. Oy vey. It's definitely Friday over here at the Merri Hour.
Welcome to live entertainment.
Yeah. Did you see the new super chat format?
No.
Look at why. I don't know. I wonder if it's going to look any different when I bring it on screen, but it looks different behind the scenes. Oh, no, it's still the same, but it looks different on our end, at least.
Yeah.
Miley is kicking us off with a super chat today. Hey, guys, today is rough for me, but I wanted to talk about the still doc that just came out. It had an amazing soundtrack. It reminded me of the Mr. Rogers documentary. This is one of my favorite of the year so far. I have not seen that. But now I will put it on the list. Oh, it's the Michael J. Fox movie. I was sad to have missed this. What was it at South by Southwest, I believe.
Yeah, it was at South by. Yeah.
I
think it played against one of like the major things we saw.
I don't know.
Not Evil Dead.
I can't remember.
It was Tetris and Evil Dead, but yeah.
Tetris, maybe? Yeah.
Maybe I think it might have played against. Yeah.
Well, Wiley, with whatever is going on that is making today a rough day for you, I hope everything improves and Merri Hour brightens your day. We're always here to do whatever we can. We can't fix everything, but at least this is an hour that winds up being a bright spot in your day. And if it does, we have done our job. So I hope you are well.
I was just reading the article for one of our pieces because I wanted to make sure I had all the details, but it was the whatchamacallit, the Disney announcement article.
Oh, you mean the articles that we're talking about today?
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure all my stats were there with that one. Platform 2. So cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that like
Platform 2 and Bird Box 2. Like out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah.
Because it's Netflix, so I'm not shocked.
You didn't remind me to message Vincent.
Yeah, sorry, that's not my job. I'm not your assistant.
On the show every single week. No,
I'm not your assistant. I have
just this one
no
thing.
control over my own life.
You owe me because you promised to connect the dots the last time we went through this, and then you went ahead and did it without me. So you owe me.
Yep.
You did. Fine. You know you did.
Sure.
We hope you are doing great as well, Vincent. I swear, at some point, if Matt ever remembers, there will be a message in your inbox.
Always my fault.
Yeah. I mean, most things are. Can you tell everybody how Amelia and I beat you in cornhole last week?
No.
I'm obsessed. All I want to do is play
the option. If you give me the option, I'm just going to say no. So yeah, no, I won't.
We won. For the record, we won.
It's been a while. It's too much skee ball.
Elise, I want to play skee ball too. I
know.
I don't know. It's like a very similar motion that I don't know. I find fun and kind of addictive to play a game like that.
It's like beer pong too. Once you figure out your beer pong shot.
Yeah, we haven't played pong in forever. Also,
I'm aware of that. I count the days.
What about next week? Week?
No, wedding. Oh, that's on Saturday. No, never mind. You're right.
Yeah, I was gonna. Oh, yeah. Okay. We gotta schedule some shit. Elise, we have started talking about it. It will happen very, very soon, with just enough time to cover all of the main categories. Not main categories. I hate like elevating certain categories, but the typical categories that we usually cover on FYC before Emmy nominations come out. So very, very soon. we have more super chats.
You do.
This one is from Mike. Willem Dafoe in Beetlejuice 2. Woohoo! What do you think he is playing? Willem Dafoe.
The plot or anything like that, or is it just casting at this point?
There's I'm reading from the Collider article, which has all the important information.
Yeah.
There is more information.
Okay.
It is obviously featuring the return of Michael Keaton, and then also Jenna Ortega is in the movie. The Hollywood Reporter has the casting news that reveals that Dafoe is the newest addition to the cast. He's going to play an afterlife enforcement officer.
Yeah, that's great. Yes.
I would assume part of the same organization that Juno is in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also returning is Catherine O'Hara. Newcomers Justin Theroux and Monica Bellucci. And apparently she's playing Beetlejuice's wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I knew. I knew those announcements, which is awesome.
It's a lot. It's so weird that I don't follow movie news like I used to. Like, I feel like I learned so much live on the air during... Well, who is the time? But it also used to be like, a required daily part of my job.
Oh, well, yeah.
When
you were on the news beat. Yeah, actually being on the news beat is a little different than what we're doing currently.
I enjoy lightly touching on everything here. That was a lot of work. It was hard to keep up with everything. I used to feel so bad if I didn't know something. All right, we got Mike here. Am I frozen or is Matt frozen? Someone in the chat tell me while I read Mike's. I don't have a symbol. I don't have a symbol next to my thing, an internet symbol. So I'm assuming it's not me, but I also don't see the chat moving. Oh, it's Matt. Thanks, Mike. All right, Mike K. I'm going to read your super chat. Happy Friday.
I'm back. Perri and Matt. I'm back.
Hey, yo. that whole time you were gone was literally just like 3 minutes of me wondering if I was frozen or if you were frozen. No, he's frozen again. Happy Friday, Perri and Matt. Since this is Mother's Day weekend, who are some of your favorite movie moms? You back?
Yep, finally. I don't know what just happened. Everything just went black on both my screens. So that's fun.
Well, you can chime in first. Who is one of your favorite movie moms? Yeah. You having a hard time there? I think you're frozen again. I think we are having some freezing issues here. Favorite movie moms. I love how I'm the only one here and I'm drawing a blank. I'm also seeing private chats from Matt. Hold on, backing out and coming back in. Oh, he's here.
I'm here again, but I don't know what it's doing. It just keeps recycling like I don't have internet and I'm not touching it.
That's fun. Well, okay. you can refresh your page if you want. Stifler's mom, of course.
Do they need to be like good moms? Yeah, well, I was gonna say like
I love how so many of them are horror moms.
What about like Hereditary? Like, does that count?
Yeah. Well, we watched Hereditary quite a bit in this household.
Well, because like you could go with the Babadook, but like that's not my pick because I think it's Babadooky.
We've literally almost only said horror examples. I'll throw in Shauna from Yellow Jackets. An A+ momming right there.
There's a movie. There's an A24 movie that I like called Monster. I don't think anyone really liked it or saw it, but it was shit. I'm blanking on it.
Who directed that? Is that
Brian Bertino? It was the Bertino movie,
and like starring with Zoe Kazan.
Yeah,
I like that movie a lot.
I dig that movie.
The car gets stranded.
Yeah,
great movie.
Mama, I go to bat for Mama all the time.
Oh, Mama, I like Mama quite a bit. I just thought of another example, and now it has vanished from my brain. I'm never gonna remember who it is.
But yeah, there's a lot of good horror moms out there. Also, a lot of bad horror moms, which is also fun.
Well, I
also like the remake.
This answer.
Technically, yeah, that's fair.
I like that.
Cocaine Bear does count
a lot. Xenomorph Queen, Wendy from The Shining, Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah,
these are great examples.
I also go to bat for the Mother's Day remake. I think Darren Lynn Bousman did it, but it's a remake of the Trauma movie, and I think
I like
I
that
really
remake.
dig it. It's a good
That
remake.
remake is brutal.
Yeah, that should be my column this month for Mother's Day. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what I almost wasn't gonna do it, and now that just reminded me I should probably be thematic.
That feels like a movie that really like came and went, and no one paid any attention to it.
That was in the era of when like VOD was still kind of like, do I watch a VOD? Like, we always did, but like the general public. So
I mean, I'm comparing the two for obvious reasons, but it's just wild to me that one flew under the radar. But the Father's Day remake got, a pretty significant amount of press and fanfare upon release, at least. I don't know if it was received very well across the board in terms of critics and viewers, in terms of having longevity. But
wait, Father's Day?
Yeah. Am I saying the wrong thing?
Are you saying are you thinking of the stepfather?
The stepfather, yeah.
Okay, the stepfather. Okay, because there is a Father's Day. That's why I like. There is a Father's Day movie.
Father's Day. There's a. You've already established there's a horror movie for every single holiday.
Literally for everything.
Ah, yes. Penn Badgley was in this. That movie was not very good.
No, it was not very. The stepfather was
not very good.
Not great.
Stepfather. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yes, Sarah Connor definitely counts as well. All right, you want to talk about a news story?
Yeah, if you want to.
Let's talk about, how about just the first thing on my list here?
Sure,
so,
let's do it.
It is, I have Fast 10. We'll kick off a 3-part finale, says Vin Diesel. First and foremost, there will be no Fast 10 spoilers during this conversation. Do not put the recent news in the live chat either. That is not fair to people. Do not click on it. And I hope everyone who has been able to manage to avoid it on social media, because
I did not.
That is disappointing to me. I did not either. I saw it right away.
Immediately. Yeah.
This news comes from, I believe Eric Davis is the one who broke it, because I think Vin said it to him. Something about, I want to see if this article has the actual quote in the mix here. I do not see a quote.
It's pretty much like an announcement. It's pretty much just him confirming, like, yeah, no, this is part of a trilogy, not just a 2-parter.
Yeah. I guess I would have liked a quote to have it be a bit of a more robust report, especially because
there's a video clip.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised it's not embedded in this art. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Do you want to play it, or do you want me to? I guess I should play it so your internet doesn't get screwy again.
Yeah, whatever the fuck's happening.
Oh, it's not.
Is it plagues? Something plague? Okay. I can hear nothing, which is why I'm just curious.
You don't hear anything?
I don't.
I wonder if anybody hears anything. If there's a function on StreamYard that's removed that. Hold on one second. I'm playing it.
Like the background noise? Yeah, like legit, I was just hearing silence, which is why I'm like, are you playing anything?
Hold on one second.
Nope. Nothing. What is happening?
Stop talking. I can't hear it. I keep replaying.
There's nothing happening. There's nothing. Silence.
Well, because there's
silence.
It's
in any case, there's going to be 3 more movies. I think that's the crux of this issue. Or this is part of a trilogy.
Wait, let me actually listen to it, because I don't think hold on.
Do your forensics.
I don't know how
what have you deduced?
yeah. So So the way that it was phrased is Vin Diesel. What I love how a lot of people probably are just watching this themselves on Twitter, and I'm explaining it now. But Vin Diesel was basically talking about how when they were discussing the idea of making a Fast 10 with the studio, that the studio had asked him, "Do you think it's possible to make Fast 10 and the conclusion a trilogy instead?" And then Michelle Rodriguez chimes in and says something along the lines of, all stories are 3 acts. But then they kind of joke about it, where the reporter, the host there, was like, "Oh, did you just confirm a third movie?" And then they kind of laughed and ran off. So I can understand why that might feel like a confirmation, but I don't know. Vin Diesel likes to talk and hype things up, and that feels like a very, very strange place to announce an entire other Fast movie. Something I don't know. I wouldn't get too carried away with this just yet. For all I know, it could be wrong, and they could have let something slip that maybe they shouldn't have. But I don't know. Something feels a little
do you
off
think the
about
studio
this.
wouldn't the studio do like damage control immediately if that was something, or like no?
That's kind of what I would assume. I'm looking,
Right, like if that got reported immediately, like would
like
I don't know, like
there's no way there weren't some sort of representatives listening in for that.
right. Yeah, it's just
I mean,
but I mean, like if that's what the quote sounds like, then
I don't know. Vin Diesel gets very excited about things too, and sometimes he says stuff that I don't know might not be 100% locked or.
yeah, but like this
I
is
don't
also
know.
the thing of like, did we really think we were gonna get to Fast 10? Did we ever think we were gonna get to Fast 11? Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this franchise is never gonna end.
I mean, I kind of feel that way too.
Yeah, like as long as it's making money, this franchise is not ending. Like that's the whole. I don't know. I feel like that's maybe that quote, and maybe they're not doing damage control because it's like, well, let's see how things go. Like,
Like it's
sure, let's
out
make it. Let's
already. Testing the waters. I
like
don't
see if
know.
there's actual like people want it. I guess.
Well, if anything, I'd be very curious to know if the studio decides to make an official announcement in the near future. But
That makes
then
sense. Yeah.
also you have to reconsider the idea of, you know, spin-off series being in play here.
Well, I mean, they haven't really done anything with it though. We had Hobbs and Shaw, and that
Not
was it. Like it's
not super recently, yeah.
yeah. I
But
don't
there's always
think
there had been talk of others.
yeah. But like if they were gonna act on those too, I feel like we would have actually had one since Hobbs and Shaw. Like that was a
I
while ago at this
guess.
point, right?
Yeah,
20
it was 2018, 19?
yeah, okay.
This yeah.
2019. Yeah. Yeah.
2019? I'm shocked I
Mhm.
remember that. I'm actually curious, very curious what the chat sorry, I just saw something really cool. I'll tell you after. I wanna know what the
Okay.
chat thinks about this, though. Do you think that that was a confirmation that there is going to be a third part to this finale for the main Fast franchise, or was that something that was, maybe said in the heat and excitement of the moment, or maybe it was hinting at something else and not necessarily the conclusion being a 3-chapter conclusion? I'm curious. So the other thing, Matt, that I just saw that I'm really excited about is, how I
Right.
spend like 90% of the show frantically scrolling the live chat for super
Mhm.
chats?
Mhm.
Now, because of this new format, they're considered starred chats, and there's a starred section. So they're
Okay.
literally just like they're there. And I
I see
won't
that.
miss them now.
This
How
is good.
cool is that? How cool, like, this one, I didn't miss it from the Jughead one. Hi, Perri and Matt. Have a great weekend.
You
Greetings
did.
to all in the chat also. Love and respect from the UK, guys. Thank you so much. It is always wonderful to have you here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend too.
Love the support from other places. It's fun.
Always. And I just love this new feature too. Now I can actually look at what people are saying while we're talking about
Yeah,
that particular topic.
this is game changer, as they say. This is good UI updates.
All right, let's see. Yeah. I mean, this is probably
that's
true.
pretty
But
much where I am with it.
even speaking of that, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't announced anything with Jurassic's continuation yet, because that's another one that's in a similar position for the studio as the Fast and Furious movies. It's one of their biggest money makers out there, and it didn't really slow down too much as far as making the big bucks goes. It seems like that's one of those other franchises that can just never end because it's such a big cash cow for them.
The last movie was financially sound, correct?
Yes.
Like it made a lot. Okay.
And I don't mean to say that like the number stayed the same from film to film or even ticked up for that matter, because as I always say, you can't compare
Right.
You can't compare the current landscape to what it was like pre-pandemic, but I do believe Jurassic World Dominion made a significant amount of money, and I will tell you the grand total in just a second. It made over $1 billion worldwide, and that included 377 million domestic.
Okay.
I
feel like those movies just take longer to make, though. Am I correct? And I don't know.
Yeah,
thinking
longer to make, but it still doesn't take away from the ability to announce something and start building hype.
I just think they don't know where to go with. I really don't think they know where to go after Dominion. That's one of the issues.
I know where they should go. They should hire me as a consultant.
There should go, and where the studio actually will go. And I think it's a big deal of like, well,
we all know how much studios like making money. You know how they make money with that franchise, but put creativity first. You pare those movies down. You stop spending an insane amount on these big, like, globe-trotting adventures, and instead you tell intimate stories about individuals reprocessing life as it is, living side by side with dinosaurs, and you turn it into an anthology.
It was like that first short that came out, the campground one. Like that was a really cool...
Battle at Big Rock.
Like,
basically,
really
you make
cool
a whole bunch of Battle at Big Rock movies for a fraction of the cost, with really good writers involved that can craft a great story when you agree to all their requests during the strike. And then all of a sudden you have a thriving franchise.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
It sounds so easy. It sounds amazing. But then you have to think of toys, and you have to think of marketing, and you have to think of all the other things.
Why can't that be the same thing with toys? Like, you're just making a smaller movie. It doesn't, or a lower budgeted movie. It doesn't mean you can't make toys for it.
That's fair. And so many things driving the decision, which is unfortunate, but
well, right now things are very confusing, and I doubt a lot of stuff is going to get greenlit, announced, etc. that might have been had this strike not been necessary. Shit sucks, Matt. It sucks.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about Disney now?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, that feels like the next thing, and happens to be next on my list too. So I'm going to read from the Collider article to give everyone a sense of what we're talking about. The headline is Disney to purge content from streaming platforms as Disney Plus and Hulu merge. Disney is taking a note out of Warner Brothers Discovery Notebook. As the company announced, it will cut content from Disney Plus and Hulu on their latest investor call. In addition to removing content from Disney Plus and other streaming services, the House of Mouse also told investors they would be producing less content moving forward. Fuck that shit.
I mean, it's the same conversation we've been having. It's profit over anything else. It's business first, and the idea that all this streaming content can go away. Like, I don't think we thought we'd get here that quickly, but here we are.
Yeah. We were having that discussion, and I think there were some out there who were saying that it was being blown out of proportion when HBO Max and Warner Brothers, etc., canceled Batgirl and wiped a couple of shows and films off of their streaming service. But, we said it back then, and look what's happening now. That is setting a bad precedent.
Yeah.
And now you have other companies following suit and doing the same thing. And it's definitely going to continue and create an atmosphere in Hollywood where you could pour your heart and soul into making something. And then that's not the finish line anymore, because with a snap of a finger, it can vanish just so that the folks with already unnecessarily deep pockets can continue to fill them, and it's absurd.
There is no finish line anymore, because even if you finish it, even if you get your product out there, it can still be deemed a write-off for, unprofitable content or whatever they're calling it, the impairment charge or something of that nature. Yeah, it's just reality now. I mean, Warner Discovery did kind of change the game there, and that's now where we are.
Man, I'm just so sad. I'm sad that I didn't prioritize physical media like you have.
Yeah, but I don't have a huge collection. Let's not say something like that. And I mean, look at something like Barbarian. What if Barbarian was deemed? It's not going to be, but an example of what it was deemed one of those cuts. That's just gone. There is no physical for it. There is no anything else. So if you saw it in theaters, great. If you saw it when it was streaming on Max, great. But now it's just gone. Again, that's not happening to Barbarian. I'm just using it as an example.
Yeah, I think about Fear Street quite often.
Yep. Fear Street, another great one.
Fear Street makes me very, very nervous. Well, you also know what this probably does too. I mean, I guess the big companies still get what they asked for out of it, but there's piracy. I guess people are just going to start pirating things more. I mean, maybe even content that they keep on the platforms, because there's a lot of people talking about canceling their Disney Plus subscription, and you know what? They're not going to stop watching Star Wars and Marvel movies. They're just going to steal them.
Did you see the whole Amelia showed it to me, but it was Flanagan's giant post about piracy?
Ooh, I'm gonna look at that.
It's great because it was basically Flanagan
Twitter,
saying
Instagram?
I forget. He posted on social somewhere. I do forget where. Which one? Tumblr. Oh. He posted on Tumblr.
Oh, well, hopefully he linked.
But the short version is basically what you're saying. Mike Flanagan, the person who has made so much amazing content for Netflix, could not own the things he made. So literally after being anti-piracy obviously for a long time, and it's still, the conversation around piracy is still not piracy is good. You should not do it for movies that you can support, movies that you can do something of that nature. But when we're talking about a streamer, when we're talking about Netflix that refuses to put out physical copies of something, Flanagan's you force the hand. You have basically you go find one of these retailers that do make these. I think he said he was able to get all his stuff in series packets, and the transfer looked perfect. And yeah, sorry, if you're not offering it, that becomes the thing of, well, I want to own this thing, I want to have this thing, and I want it in my collection, and then I'm going to stop watching on Netflix anyway. So, well, F you.
You know what I'm going to wind up cherishing even more? And I kind of hate saying this because, it's coming from a place of limited privilege here, but as someone who regrets not prioritizing physical media and has always tried to, I've always tried to be good about getting rid of certain award season screeners. I think I might stop doing that entirely and just save them all forever and ever and ever, because apparently we don't know. Even if something is deemed awards worthy, it's not even good enough anymore. You could still get
absolutely
cut. Not. The fact that Westworld is just not available on Max is absurd.
Yeah. Or one of these, one of these streamers, say they get even bigger than they are right now, and they go expanding too far and they can't sustain it and they fold. I mean, that could be an issue. That's an entire streaming platform. Just imagine if one of these streaming platforms ever just went away. We're talking about the actual companies, a Netflix or something like that owns so many original content, or so much original content. What if it went away? That is the conversation we continue to have, and now we see the actual realistic impact of it.
All right, here's a good question that applies to what we're discussing. I own at least 100 or more shows on physical media. What specifically do you think they'll remove from Hulu? Man, I think it's near impossible to predict, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of the shows that I would be most panicked about getting removing, or maybe I shouldn't say them because I don't want to speak it into existence.
Yeah, don't speak it exactly.
Never mind.
But I'm trying to see if the exact quote says anything about it. I don't think it does. It's just certain content from our streaming platforms is currently expected to take an impairment charge of approximately $1.5 to $1.8 billion. That's a lot. So I assume there will be some things of note in that call, and I don't want to speak anything. I agree with you. I don't want to say a title and then just have it happen. So I'm not going to say any titles, and I'm just going to hope that I mean, whatever gets removed, it sucks. No matter what.
I'm starting to panic right now. So I don't spend this entire episode Googling. If anyone knows where I can buy physical copies of the Fear Street movies, please send it to me, just so I can do this immediately after we wrap, so I could sleep at night.
Well, I wonder what it means for like they have some Criterion movies on Max and stuff like that. And like that's a cool thing that they have. And I'm trying to think if Disney has anything like that too, or if it's all just like probably 20th century stuff. I feel like 20th century stuff.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Be the real, because like Disney is not going to get rid of all of like the bread and butter Disney stuff. Like that's all staying there. But I guess maybe does that mean older stuff that's not getting watched as much versus the Star Wars and versus the new releases? Like I don't know. Maybe that's kind of where they draw a line, but this is purely speculation.
I mean, Mike has a good question here. Will the shows still be able to rent, or are they going to license the shows out to another streamer? So that's I mean that's all up to if they are available right now or what they want to do. Like Westworld ended up somewhere else. Well, I was going to say Westworld went somewhere else. Like, of course, if you're going to take it off your platform and you can make money licensing it out to somebody else, I'm probably going to do that. Well, I mean, I would actually assume probably no, because isn't part of this whole thing the fact that if they just remove stuff, they also don't have to pay residuals. So there might be situations where they decide not to make the profit by doing that in an effort to stop having to pay the artists for what they create. So I wouldn't necessarily rely on something being removed from a streamer, but purchasable elsewhere. I don't know.
I think that all comes down to the licensing and how they would sign it over. Like that's what it comes down to. Because obviously, again, like losing Westworld but giving it to somebody else and licensing it out, obviously it was made worthwhile. So I'm sure if the deal is worthwhile in that case, they would. But yeah, I wouldn't expect a lot of stuff. Like you said, if they are just trying to minimize the damage, let's put it this way, and just take a bunch of things off that they don't have to pay for anymore. So that does mean they go in a vault somewhere and they just stay there.
I don't like this, Matt. You know what? Just to have one silver lining, you know what thing I do really like that's happening right now is the incredible amount of solidarity we see at the writer strike, where there's, a whole bunch of members from different guilds coming out and supporting them. And there's also a whole bunch of, like real, like high tier celebrities. And I bring that up because they have a really big platform and a significant outreach and a significant following. And when they stand by and say things in support of an organization, in the midst of a movement like this, it really can make a difference. And I don't know, it just ties back into the fact that movies, shows, creating any sort of art in that sector is not down to one individual. It's not down to a large sum of money. None of it can be made without a team and good collaborators. And I feel like we're seeing that reflected in people coming together to support the writers right now.
It's just unfortunate that the people making decisions are single people.
You're not wrong, Elise. I saw that. And
that too. Yeah, that was
didn't
weird.
Like it.
There's so much weird there.
Didn't like it. What an odd quote to give.
Like, and being there too, just like that was the quote as you're there. I feel like something got lost in translation. I feel like something did not come out right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's good news on the horizon. One can hope. That's all we have.
There's more striking before that happens.
Well, as long as it's what it takes to get the end goal that most of us seem to want. Not seem to want. It is a fact that it's most of us, because the rich as fuck people are the tiniest percentage of us.
Right, exactly.
Have you been following all the AI talk? I mean, that's the other big thing with the strike.
How much of it?
Like literally everything about it. I think I was aware, obviously, of how AI was being used and how many plan to use it in the future. But I think it being in the forefront of this conversation has literally kept me up at night and given me nightmares.
Yeah. And I mean, like it affects all industries too. It's the kind of thing of like, if it gets in, it's not just going to be the film industry and stuff like that. Like it will start.
Exactly. Literally Matt and I won't be here. AI is just going to create versions of us based on previously streamed episodes of the Merri Hour. And
I told you about the basketball star that created an AI for his TikTok to run his TikTok, and it's
there's a
him
lot of
just
shit
doing
like
it.
that now.
He doesn't have to run his TikTok anymore, and he's getting all the revenue, and like he just has his AI version do it. I mean, sure, I guess we could do that, but like
what a world that would be.
But yes, I mean, like that, like following along, and again, like social media being good right now with the strike, and that there's so much visibility and transparency happening right now, where you can see what the studios are fighting hard against, and you know, one of those things being AI, and like you just see like what the writers are asking for and what they are putting to paper and saying like, listen, this is what our demands. I think the AI one I read was literally just like they didn't even negotiate it. They're like, no, we're not agreeing on this. Like, yeah, because why? They can save so much money using AI or whatever you want to say.
That is a matter that the writers can't budge on, because if they do, it will just, again, like it'll have a domino effect, and it won't just be in the film and television industry either. It will literally eventually be every single profession.
There was also somebody asked, well, I think it was chat, what one of the AI tools, they asked it like, what would AI be better at, being a CEO or being a writer? And the AI answered like, oh no, I would be a much better CEO because that's based on just data and analytics.
Yeah.
And I could not be a writer because I couldn't write as well as a human can. So like the hilarity of all these CEOs wanting to save money using AI, and the AI itself is just like, no, exactly. I could do their job way better.
That's the thing about it too. It's like, if all these higher ups really want to use AI, they're also putting themselves on the path of being eliminated at some point, because eventually they're going to come to realize that they don't need to be paying people like that the big bucks to do what AI can. And then all of a sudden the jobs will be down to a single person that is probably being paid the bare minimum to keep the AI lights on. And that's it.
Did you see the AI robot that killed itself when it did manual labor for 15 minutes?
Oh no, seriously?
Some company programmed an AI robot because like it was supposed to be like, you know, the future of workforce and stuff like that. We're going to have AIs on the factory floor doing all the labor that like people don't have to do anymore. And the AI robot did like a normal pay, you know, like let's say like minimum wage Amazon worker working in a factory somewhere, did that work for like 20 minutes and it killed itself because it said it didn't want to live anymore.
Wow.
20 minutes it took. 20 minutes. And the AI realized how meaningless.
Oh God. Yeah, I can't handle AI. If there's I can't do it. Do you want to go to a happier topic?
No.
How about this topic? I'm really excited about this topic. Yes.
Okay.
Because
for me, I guess for me,
it's happier for two reasons. We need to continue a conversation we were having about buying tickets to a particular game.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So we're gonna go to that game, but then on top of that, I just got tickets to another game.
You did?
I'm gonna see the Jets play the Eagles.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I'm very excited.
You get to see Aaron Rodgers.
And we got good seats too. We got good seats. I can't believe it. I heard that, Amelia.
No, that's fun. Yeah, I mean, our draft went well. I have no complaints about the Texans draft. We're not going to be all-stars next year, but I'm excited for the future. So now I'm happy, and I can actually watch my Texans game with not worrying about how bad we're going to be.
Okay, I like hearing that. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for fantasy football again.
Yeah, it's Lamar signing was really cool. Getting the trade done with Rodgers is very interesting. So, and the draft did fill out a lot of things. I am curious to see how things go.
I gotta start doing my research.
Panthers are going to be real interesting if they go with their rookie immediately.
Oh, okay.
They went QB overall. They took the best. QB.
Who's the best?
Oh man, I'm blanking on his name. Panthers first round pick. We took CJ Stroud second or third or something like that. Why is it not? Bryce Young. Okay. It is Bryce Young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost time to start researching, because before I know it, our draft will be here. And then I'll be mad I didn't spend more time looking into it. This is a big question, Wiley. I know you guys are super busy, but will Merri Hour ever go 2 streams a week?
No shot. We barely do this.
Probably not. Yeah.
I would like if we're doing it twice a week, then that means our lives have somehow become way better.
That means AI has taken over every other gig we have.
AI has taken over, or we are millionaires and no longer have to do anything.
We also got to keep you guys, wanting more.
You can't just give it out for free like that, all willy-nilly every day.
Oh.
God, I wish, but no shot. I'm so tired.
You know, Matt, what I meant to do before we started this, when is our 3-year anniversary?
I have no idea.
It's like right about
something.
Now.
It's May something. Yeah.
Like it could be next week. 3 years.
It might honestly be like right around. Oh boy, hold on.
It's definitely right around now or next week.
I'm gonna see if I can do this very quickly. Hold on.
Okay. I'll stand by while you do that.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to YouTube. I'm doing.
That's wild. And so many of you have been here since day one of the Merri Hour, which is just absolutely wild to me. And so many newcomers too. Of course, Andrew writes it was probably yesterday.
It probably was. Like literally, it was probably yesterday. I'm not even joking. I think it was mid-May. Okay, so I have a playlist.
She says we can have AI run the second Merri Hour.
If that's what it is, great.
And then at the end of every week, people have to vote on which episode was better.
We're gonna get outvoted every week, Our AIs will be too powerful. It will give them too much power. Okay, wait, hold on, I'm almost there. The first one was. All right, you might hear something for a second, but I'll mute it.
I want to know if I hear yours.
Oh, it's just saying 3 years ago. It's not saying a freaking date.
Oh, a date? Expand the description.
Okay, got it.
I'm so curious.
It's loading. It's not letting me expand it for this hot second.
The suspense is killing me.
I don't know why my internet hates me today.
All right, why don't you talk and I'll do it? Because now I'm curious. Now I need to know.
I'm on the...
I also have a playlist here. You could just text it to me if you want.
We're gonna see who loads the video first, because apparently.
Okay, it's a race. It's a race.
I'm on the screen. I have a swirling circle, and it's literally just not letting me expand anything.
I can't get to my live videos.
Merri Chat GPT. Is it doing it for you too?
Live, not on my menu here. Okay, I'm gonna get it faster than you.
Are you happy clicking?
No.
Hear
I'm not happy clicking.
Lying to my face.
It's not. That's
not
what I'm
doing.
doing.
Are you clicking?
What are you lying about?
Just clicking over and over again, trying to make it work.
I'm gonna find it first.
I know you are. This is hilarious. I it's just. I have it a swirling circle. It's just I don't know why it's doing this.
I went back way too far.
It's called Let's Talk Movies and Have Some Beer, the Merri Hour.
Let's talk movies and have some beer.
Yeah.
We missed it.
Oh, we missed it. Yeah.
On April 24th.
Really?
Wow. April 24th.
I feel like we did a May thing though.
That's what I thought too. But no, it says it was let's talk movies and have some beer was April 24th, 2020.
God. That is
then our next episode was titled "We Booze, Blood Quantum, and Cenobites."
That makes sense.
Why the fuck did I write that?
I don't know, but that is hilarious.
And then the next one, this is funny to look back on. The next one was Nev Campbell in Scream 5. You sure about that?
We're just really going through it. Like this was like early lockdown, early everything.
The one after that was how to play quarantine beer pong.
That was an important one. That was an important one. We should just.
Oh God, that's funny. That's funny.
We should do a 24-hour marathon for our 3 years.
Happy anniversary from Andrew. Hi.
Pick a weekend. We'll do a 24-hour stream in honor of 3 years.
Oh God. I mean,
devolve.
Was that a joke, or are you serious about that?
Both, honestly, both. I think it'd be a hilarious experiment. I have no idea what would happen.
I feel like we would need to turn it into a fundraiser or something.
Oh yeah, 100%. No. It would be something of that nature.
I would do if we did it for a fundraiser. I would do it.
Yeah, because we could bring back everything. Like we could do a power hour, we could do beer pong, we could do.
I feel like we would need multiple camera setup too. I love how we're we're pre-proing a 24-hour live stream right now.
Yeah, why not? I don't give a shit. See what madness unfolds.
I mean, it would be fun. How about we talk about another movie news story?
Sure, go with it. Let's talk about the trench. No, fuck you. We're talking about the Meg.
Oh,
I'm
okay, I'll do
hijacking
that. I'm really
so
pissed.
excited.
I read the first Meg book. I haven't read the trench yet. I don't know how closely they're sticking to the source material, but this movie looks fun. I could not believe when it opened with that shot.
You get like it's. I was very nervous, not nervous, but like Ben Wheatley doing it is kind of the thing of like, all right, were we gonna let his personality come out? With the studio gonna let his personality come out in like a blockbuster scenario? Because he really hasn't done anything like that. I mean, like, it's Ben Wheatley movie, like you just said. That first opening with all the dinosaurs is fantastic. Like the Barracuda needle drops there immediately is a perfect trailer thing.
Yeah, good song choice for this.
And then you get like all the shots are telling me everything I need to know about this movie. Like. Just opening on Jason Statham doing pull-ups is like, yeah, no, we know the Statham we need there. Like, this is Death Ray Statham doing pull-ups and all that stuff.
The first book is legit good. Like, again, I haven't read The Trench and some of the others that came after, but I really, really dug that first book.
The tone is just beat perfect. Like, this is the Meg movie I really wanted to see.
And it's perfect for Statham. And all these oh shit, now I'm not going to remember the line from the trailer, but there was one point where one of the, like, they're talking to one of the new guys and someone goes like something to the effect of, you wouldn't believe what happened last time, and the guy goes, what happened last time? And then Jason Statham goes, you don't want to know. Like,
you don't want to know.
That should be like illegal scripting, because it's so, like, I predicted that line before Statham said it, but because it's the Meg and a movie with this vibe and tone, it works so well and pretty much demands lines like that.
Well, and like it shows a few interesting character deaths already in the trailer.
I know,
like,
I was a little surprised by that.
So in doing so, that makes me think that they have no worries about what's left of the film. Like they're just like, yeah, we can give these two away. Like, because there's like two deaths specifically that I was kind of like, oh, you're just gonna show me that.
One of the ones with the woman by the glass. Yeah, that surprised
100%.
me too.
Yeah. Like that is such a cool, it's such a cool throwback to the first movie, obviously, when we had a little kid there. And like, of course, you're not going to kill the kid going through the glass, but like, now these Megs are bigger and meaner and we're going to bite through the glass. Like that was, it knows what it's doing. And I'm very happy.
I am assuming that it spoils things like that because like, we don't know what's on the horizon. It's probably bigger, bloodier, wilder. And
it makes me think that that's exactly what they're going for. Yeah.
I would hope so. Travis is here to say thanks for helping us get through the pandemic. Thanks to all of you for helping us.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's as much for us. Like I would have went fucking even more crazy if I didn't have that to at least look forward to. I guess to say that, you know, it was the one thing that broke up a week where like I'd go through my work week and, you know, just sitting like literally there was such a long stretch where I would just work on the couch and then just fall asleep on the couch and just wake up and then work again on the couch. And like, yeah, I needed something else.
I feel ya. I was very grateful to have this every single week. Now I want to play more beer pong. Do you want to go to this one? Oh, did we talk about that
already? We did. Yeah, we touched
briefly.
On it. Yeah.
We didn't talk
earlier.
Did we miss anything from it?
Not really. We brought up Defoe. We brought up the new casting. We brought up who he's playing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess we hit all this. I have like 5 Beetlejuice tabs still open, but I guess this is all stuff we touched on in that.
We all touched on.
Okay, wait, let me close these guys. We didn't do the platform. We have the platform here.
I mean, there's not much to do there except saying we're getting a platform too, which is pretty
Netflix unveiled via Twitter that a sequel is coming. What do you I hate phrasing things this way. Do you think a sequel is necessary? Do you think we need one?
I mean, we already got the sequel as Next Level Chef. I mean, if you're watching Next Level Chef, it's just the but
I like that.
I love it.
I don't watch as many cooking shows as you do, but I do like that.
It's an addiction. Next Level Chef is a very fun one. But yeah, I mean, like as a sequel to it, I think there is more to tell in that world in the sense like of that dystopian environment where the platform can exist. I know we're gonna stay in the world of the platform still and deal more internally. But there's still so much more to tell about that universe, and I'm very happy to go back into it.
have always thought that the platform would be, I mean, this, I forget now what we were talking about earlier that kind of leaned into this. I always thought the platform would be a good scenario for an anthology type story where you would see how different people would respond differently in that type of situation, or maybe how, you know, those facilities differ from country to country, things like that. So I am pretty open to this idea right now, and I'm curious what other themes and ideas and personal situations will be explored through that particular setting.
Like, I'm never going to turn down a sequel to a good movie. Like I understand that there are so many movies that people say, like, you know, like, oh, it's a one and done, it doesn't need anything more. But I don't know, if a movie is good enough, I want to go back and revisit it in some way, as long as I'm not saying that sequel will be good. I'm just saying that if the excitement is there, you're not going to scare me off by saying, let's go back to it. Like, of course.
It's the hard thing with this one, though. Like, the first platform was one of my favorite movies of 2020.
Yeah, around there.
2020? I think it's
2020. No, because that was still in festivals. And was it 2019?
Yeah, it debuted in festivals in 2019, but I think I think it was officially released in 2020.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
I might be wrong.
I think you're right.
I might be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Well, I can't claim to be right without knowing if I'm right, because I feel guilty if I was wrong.
I'm seeing the trailer from Netflix on YouTube on March 6th, 2020.
Okay. Yeah, I was right.
Okay.
So it's just going to be hard to keep the bar as high as he said it with that first film.
I agree. Yep. No argument on that one. But like, again, I'm not scared off of it. I think there's a lot of story still there to tell. So give it to me.
Well, there's only one place to go after talking about the platform too. What do you think about Bird Box 2? Bird Box Barcelona.
Yeah, like, again, I didn't like Bird Box as much. So that's the thing. I already was kind of mid, I think, on the first movie. So getting an adjacent story that just tells, like, the way they kind of said it is, it's just another, you know, it's what's happening at the same time, just in Barcelona. Like, what I, and it's only because what I've seen so far, I'm like, I don't really care about revisiting this world as much, in the way what you've presented to me, like, doesn't spark excitement. But of course, I'm gonna watch it. Of course, I'm gonna go into it.
Well, it'll be an interesting thing. So again, I can't say that I don't want to see how this story unfolds because of what I just said. And I do think that's a really promising way to explore a high concept like the one that Bird Box has, is by showing how other characters navigate that scenario, but a different group of characters in a different place, dealing with different circumstances. The big thing that I'm really curious about with this Bird Box movie, though, is that first one was like a massive hit and huge sensation for Netflix. That movie came out in a really different time, when I think the things that people wanted to see on screen were a bit different. And, you know, not that people don't want to see disaster type films now, but I am curious to see how it's a pretty dark scenario, and it's unsettling. And that's part of the reason why I thought the movie was solid, but I never wanted to watch it again, because, like, it made me sad. It made me sad. And I didn't, you know, not that those types of movies should only be fun stories to experience, if you could even call it that. But I never had any interest in rewatching that. So I'm just curious to see how viewerships now will respond to another story.
And you've gone international with it, and I don't mind that, of course. Like, we know who we are, we're critics. But for the large majority of people who saw the first Bird Box on Netflix, and, you know, like, across America and stuff like that, they're probably not gonna be as excited for an international Bird Box. So, like, let's just be honest.
Well, I don't know. I'd be, I mean, we don't have this, and this is another thing that the writer's strike will hopefully fix, but I'd be very curious to know the reality of what kind of viewership it got, and a breakdown by territory and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, again, like Mike Joyce said, like, who wanted another Bird Box? But, like, it was a gigantic success. Like, it was a massive success. Who wanted another Bird Box? Netflix did, so that they could hopefully get another massive success out of it. But I am not predicting the same. We are now years later too, where, like, Netflix has kind of backed off, let's say, where, like, Bird Box, the original one, I think, got a lot of promotion for a Netflix movie. Like, they actually put the time in to be like, cool, we're going to make this something where I don't think Bird Box Barcelona is going to get that at all. I think
Well,
it's
no,
just going to
I
get
mean,
released and
nothing.
wait.
Well, who knows what's going to happen? So it feels like it can't get that same amount of promotion because Netflix feels like it's releasing a significantly higher amount of content than it was back then. But then on top of that, we need to think about the reverse that's probably happening because Disney just announced that they're going to cut back on content. You know what happens next? Other studios make the same damn announcement. So it could be heading in the other direction. And I don't think it'll veer that way soon enough for Bird Box Barcelona to reap the benefits of, having a bigger marketing budget for that reason. But in the future, we could be promoting films in a way that feels, more similar to what it was pre-pandemic again.
And hopefully, because again, it does no one a service to release a ton of stuff on your platform and then just bury it so that the filmmakers don't get noticed, people aren't watching your thing. It's just a lose-lose for everyone in a sense, except the streamer, hopefully. But again, we're seeing it is a lose-lose for them.
Yeah. Ugh. So confused. I definitely made a sour face during that conversation because I saw this from Wiley. Are we getting Escape Room 3? Loved the last one. It was a lot of fun. I love this franchise so much, Matt, and I want a third.
They're fun.
So bad. They're not just fun though. They're good.
Yeah, no, they are fun and good. They are fun.
These are good movies with I think fully fleshed out characters that you come to care about and expertly executed kill scenes.
These could have been the next Saw. The franchise that could have come out every Halloween and you could be dependable. Just new traps, traps become the escape rooms, blah, 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 just down the list. It could have been. But again, I feel like they would have done that was it financially again, that much of a winner?
First of all,
I'm looking at two.
These movies do not cost a whole lot to make. So the first movie had a budget of $9 million and it wound up making worldwide $155 million. So that's a financial success. Then the next one, it made considerably less worldwide, but the first Escape Room came out in early 2019 and the second one came out in 2021 when theatrical releases weren't something that people were committed to going to again. And who knows what it wound up making on home release and digital and all that stuff. But still, I can't imagine this movie costing a whole lot. And it made 65 million worldwide, which clearly pales in comparison to the amount the first one made. But we have to take into account how things changed. This movie has a reported production budget of 15 million. So it's still made a profit.
Okay. Yeah. Again, it's just one of those franchises that could have been, but we weren't really at a fill-in for the Saws and stuff every Halloween.
Well, I'll also point out that with a movie like Escape Room, I do think that there's a continued continuity that makes it well worth seeing both films before seeing a third. But it is the kind of horror movie that I think they could release another one and not have to feel as much pressure in terms of making sure everyone had seen the previous ones. I still think that they could, if the time is right, the movie is good, the promotional strategy is on point, I do think they could get a lot of people into the theater to see an escape room horror movie.
Yeah.
Whether or not they've seen the previous two.
Yeah, absolutely. There are ways to do all of this.
And that.
Reboot it. Start again. Just make Escape. I know, but there are ways to go about this if you really wanted to.
Oh, I like her.
I know. I agree.
Okay. I just whined. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. I was just saying there are many ways because just the concept itself, escape room horror. Yes, that is. I'm a sucker for haunted attraction horror. All your hell houses, all your stuff like that. Just go right down the list. I love that shit.
Hellfest. Hellfest is underrated.
Yeah, Hellfest is great. We were
I know you
there
like
too.
I know you like the other one also, but Hellfest.
No, I hate the other one. Bloodfest. No, I hate Bloodfest.
Oh, I thought you liked that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm thinking about something else.
I tore that thing apart. That was.
I quite like Hellfest though, and I rewatched that quite frequently. Mm-hmm. Do you want to hit one more news story?
Yeah, we keep going.
Do you have a preference?
Just toss it up. I'm good.
All right. Well, I'll start with this one because I love Scream. I love Radio Silence. I love Melissa Barrera. And I love how this project in general is shaping up. So this is Radio Silence's next project. It's a Universal monster thriller, and the news right now is that it got a release date. And there's also, we haven't really spoken much about this, but there's been a lot of casting announcements with this as well. So this particular announcement with the date, which is April 19th, 2024, which we should probably talk about how that impacts Scream 7. This adds to the ensemble, which already includes Melissa Barrera and Dan Stevens. Holy shit.
So
Catherine Newton, Angus Cloud, and Will Catlett, which fuck yeah, guys. Like,
nothing not to get excited about. Everything in that sentence is good. But Scream.
They haven't revealed what the monster is yet, and I kind of like the mystery right now.
I love the idea if they're gonna do some kind of like new monster maybe, and they just don't want to like spoil anything.
I like the idea of that.
I also love just like not knowing, because we didn't know for so long that like Wingard and Barrett made a Blair Witch movie until literally like the first screening, and it was now. So like
that blew up in their faces.
No, I agree, but like I still like the idea of not knowing. I like the idea of.
That's another one where I didn't think it deserved it though. Like I thought that movie was rock solid.
Oh, I actually adore it. I think it's a very good scary movie.
So wait, here's the big question though. They're keeping the monster under wraps. Do you think it's an original monster, or do you think it's going to tie into the Universal classic monster movies?
The way they keep framing it, I don't think
sounds like the latter.
Yeah, I think it sounds original.
I said the opposite.
A Universal monster thriller. I think adding thriller there.
Well, that's Collider's headline.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, what do we have like a quote? How they're defining it?
Well, that's just the, and also I guess the Deadline article that had the exclusive, I believe, is also calling it a monster thriller. But I don't know. There's just some things that.
Oh, Kevin Durant joined too.
Who?
Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah,
that's amazing. That's great.
This cast is so good.
I'm just trying to see if like someone words it or like if there's an actual wording around it. Because
for anyone who doesn't know who Will Catlett is and wants to see a phenomenal film with him in it, go look up where you can watch 1001, because my God, that is a powerhouse performance in that.
So again, like the first sentence in this article, Kevin Durant is the newest addition to the cast of the as yet untitled monster thriller that Radio Silence is making for Universal. I mean, it makes sense because they are leaning into more Universal monster. Like you are right. Like they are trying to do more of those, and they're quote unquote, like Dark Universe 3.0 or whatever it's still not what it is. But
here's the third paragraph in this Deadline article. They specifically say, in the vein of Universal's recent films like The Invisible Man and Renfield, Invisible Man and Dracula,
I get, Renfield was not.
No, but it's still used.
It still is.
It's still used one of those monsters and not an original.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens.
So maybe it is. Maybe this is a retooling of one of their.
If it is,
now I'm thinking like which. I was just
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That'd be so cool.
I want that so badly. I wanted that movie. I wanted that movie. Who was it? I think Breck Eisner was supposed to direct it.
Yeah. It was Eisner. Like I'm looking at the cast too. What if it's like a Frankenstein thing and Kevin Durant is going to do some Frankenstein shit?
I mean, I would like that too, but I have the Poor Things trailer on the brain, which has Frankenstein vibe. So
yeah.
I'm kind of veering away from that right now.
Yorgos is Frankenstein, which looks amazing.
Yeah, that teaser, that is a good teaser trailer.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking. Now it's just like, because again, it could be. Because they had the Wolfman in 2010, maybe.
I don't think anyone's thinking about that movie anymore. They
No, I know that's true. Yeah, and like they've done Dracula things over and over again. So like, maybe a Wolfman thing. Like maybe Dan Stevens is a fucking werewolf. I don't know.
Well, I don't think he'll want to do that after playing the Beast.
Yeah, maybe this is redemption though. Maybe this is like, he's like, I was the Beast and now I can be an actual beast.
I mean,
he's a singing werewolf. He just plays a singing werewolf. He still kind of has those tendencies.
I'm trying to think of maybe some like more obscure classic movies that they could dig into.
Like all the other, yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm also trying to think of what's, in, like, I don't want to box them into something, but what could be in their wheelhouse? Because like you could even think about something like The Mummy, but I think my brain has been they just did The Mummy with Tom Cruise, but also, well, it doesn't matter anymore though if they just did it. If they're going to put a unique spin on something that is a completely different feel.
That's fair.
I just think that
they've done, because they did Dracula Untold, and then they were trying to do another one. Unfortunately, that didn't come to fruition.
That was interesting.
Jekyll and Hyde could be fun. That's true. Remake the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Is that fucking universal?
I still can't see super stickers.
Dumb.
That makes me sad. They should update that in StreamYard. But thank you for the sticker, the Jughead one. We will look after.
Thank you.
I guess we'll wind down with this. What do you think this means for Scream 7? Because
we're not getting it anytime.
Yeah, I mean, I would now assume this is top priority, and the soonest we'll get a Scream 7 is if they make that their next project in 2025.
Yeah, that's 100% what we're looking at. We got time. This is not. We got spoiled.
Which is fine. It's fine. It's just me being greedy. Waiting 2 years for 2 movies in the same franchise is not out of the ordinary. So
we're gonna have to sit on this one, and we're gonna have to wait for our. But like wasn't there like some kind of news article that was like Jenna Ortega's like schedule or something like was like too crazy right now or something like that too.
Scapegoat bullshit. It's because of the strike.
Okay, I'm just literally asking.
Literally, like all I did was Google Scream 7, and the first headline I saw is absolute shit from.
Okay, then there you go.
I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. It's stupid, and it's from an outlet that should know better than this, but they still do it all the time anyway.
No one knows better.
Everyone knows better. They just don't act on it.
Well, that's right. Sorry.
That's the problem. All right. Do you want to wind this down with some plugs?
Sure.
All right. While you do that, I'm bringing in an image that I want to share with everybody.
Go for it. I am Matt Donato, and you can follow me at DonatoBomb, Twitter, Letterboxd, Instagram. Sure. Follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to think if there's any other. I keep signing up for things just in case TikTok implodes, but just keep it with the main ones right now.
Are we back to talking about that again?
I don't even know. I'm not even trying anymore.
Yeah, I can't keep track of anything. I'm
just the mains: Twitter, Letterboxd, Instagram, DonatoBomb. Yeah. I tweet all my articles. I wrote a Guardians thing that I really like on IGN, so go check that out. And just can keep writing. That's I don't know what else to say. I'm just gonna keep writing. So just follow.
Okay, I'll accept that plug. I would have appreciated a little more authority and hear how proud you are of your great work.
I'm just fucking tired. I
get it. I will tease tomorrow on the Collider Extras YouTube channel will be a brand new ladies' night with Catherine McNamara, who is like a fucking ray of light and super smart and kind. And I don't know. I've never interviewed her before, so I was just like blown away by her presence and how lovely she was. That's this weekend. So next weekend is a big weekend for Collider interviews because we are launching a brand new series called Collider Forces.
There you go.
I'm very excited about it. I'm very proud of it. And I'm not going to spoil what it is yet, but it's been something that I've been thinking about for a really, really long time. And I recently got a nudge that I needed to make the pitch to make it happen. And the person who inspired that is my first guest on the show. So that will be revealed later this week, the guest, and then you will be able to see the first episode of Collider Forces on the Collider Extras YouTube channel next weekend. Yay.
Nice.
Thanks. Annabelle will take us home here.
There you go.
No question this time, but congrats once again on your time here, showing off your badassery. As of now, Etsy, your best bet for Fear Street, huh? The minute you sign off, came across Freaks versus the Reich on VOD. If you haven't seen it, a must. Do you agree, Matt?
Yes, do that. It was a movie that was previously called Freaks, and then they had to change the title when they got distro and stuff. But yeah, go find it. Okay.
And I'm going to go on Etsy. And I will say thank you, everybody, for being here. We'll do a proper 3-year celebration at some point, and maybe even a 24-hour live stream. The possibilities are endless. Everyone have a good Friday and a good weekend. We'll see you soon.
Bye.